Hi, how are you? I hope all is okay, you are fine. Now we will speak about a group of the books that I published concerning transcription. Transcription, to transcribe a music is like to translate a poem. It's a very hard job, very interesting for musical reason, but absolutely not easy. Um, these are music that has not been written for recorder or for flute in general, for wind instrument, but for other cello, violin, harpsichord, and it is for me. It has been a very very interesting job. I learned a lot. Some of the solutions that I found, I think there are my own solutions. So I think that I can be loved or not loved for this transcription. The first that I published was 10-11 years ago, 2012, is the transcription of the suite 1 and 2 BWV 1007 and 1008 for cello, written by Johann Sebastian Bach. Wonderful music. Normally I played this music directly on the original text, but I thought that for many people that could be hard to do it, especially in the saraband. And so I put on the paper, I wrote this transcription. Of course, after I did the number 2, 3 and 4, and finally number 5 and 6 that will arrive to me in the next day from Lulu. I changed a little my advice, so how I transcribe the number 1 is not exactly the same. I transcribed the number 6, but in general it's the same structure, trying to transform the polyphonic part, because cello can make 2 notes, sometimes 3 notes together, and flute recorder no. So if you have a chord from 3 notes, you have to decide which note to make, which note to avoid, which note to make before, which note to make after. For the saraband of this 6th suite, I wrote a double. There is the double number of note. If the sarabanda is in 8th, the double is in 16th. This is something that I did directly, improvising in my first recording of these pieces, but I decided to write it, and also this has been a wonderful job for me. The second book, Music for Alto Recorder by Johann Sebastian Bach. There is a lot of music from Johann Sebastian Bach. I cannot live without Johann Sebastian Bach. This is the transcription of the Chacona for violin in 2 different versions, one quite impossible and one more possible, not easy but possible. One partita, one bourrée, one andante, this lovely music. And there is 2 volumes of this music by Johann Sebastian Bach. Here you see the BWV number. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it is some prelude, some jig, some lour, some courant. It is incredible beauty music, really, really. And then again with Bach, the 15 2-parts invention. The best way for playing the 15 2-part invention is with soprano and tenor, but this you can read practically directly on the score for harpsichord, for keyboard. To transcribe for 2 alto recorders, and 2 tenor recorder, of course. For 2 equal instrument, it's a little change something, because there is some situation in which there is a fifth that became a fourth that became a fifth. So it's not easy to do it directly reading on the text. So I think it could be interesting. And this photo is a wonderful path in a small village in Germany, Holzkirchen. And after, I thought that this invention was a very useful exercise and a pleasure to play also for solo instrument. It's a little crazy to transform a dialogue, two-voice invention, in one-voice invention, but the music of Bach is so well written that it works. And these are the same 15 invention, but transcribed for solo instrument. So this instrument makes sometimes a dialogue alone. This pyramid is in the New Garden in Potsdam. And after, I transcribe some music for two recorders. Soprano and tenor is the best, because there is an octave of distance. There is some prelude of the well-tempered clavier. There is other pieces. Really, the music of Bach is perfect for playing together with something else. And after, this was really an idea a little crazy, I transcribed for solo instrument the Goldberg variation. It has been not easy, but why I did it? Because when you remember a piece in your memory is monophonic. It's never polyphonic. Also, if you think to remember a polyphony, your memory is a melody, a continuous melody. If you remember a symphony from Beethoven, you remember a melody. And so I transcribe what I remember of this Goldberg variation. And it works. It works. Of course, it's not exactly what Bach, what was the intent of Bach, but it is a wonderful piece. Not easy. And then I started to make the transcription of the sonata from Scarlatti. This wonderful drawing is from Francisco Goya. I was fascinated for this drawing. And I published the first volume. I think it's about 20 sonatas. The second volume, again 20 sonatas. There is sonata from harpsichord, but this not all this sonata. Of course, I cannot transcribe all this sonata. The sonata are 500. I think that at the end I will transcribe an half or less than half, 150. This is the second volume published, and I am finishing, I will publish the third volume, and I will continue. It's a job that I like a lot. And then I transcribe 3 sonata for piano, so allegro, adagio, allegro, by Mozart. This is a painting that I have in my home that could be a portrait of Mozart, but it's not sure. Lovely music. I think that it will be difficult for you to play good recorder if you don't play keyboard, and if you don't play Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven, because these are the two generation after Bach. They had the way they study in the style of Bach and Bach's song. So the ornamentation in Mozart, Haydn and Beethoven had a lot to do with the ornamentation in Bach, Handel, Scarlatti and Corelli. And then wonderful duets for recorder. Duets, I think there are from soprano and tenor, And there's music by Bach, by Vivaldi, by Handel, no, by Rameau and by Handel. Yes, I think there is the Passacaglia from Handel and something from Rameau. And here, this is very interesting, there is 10 sonata for wind instruments by Handel, sonata for example, oboe and basso continuo, or alto recorder and basso continuo, or flute and basso continuo, transcribed for 2 alto recorder. So it became a duo. It's the same that did Loyer de Gand. Loyer de Gand published his sonata for alto recorder and basso continuo, and then it transcribed then for 2 alto recorder. And I did the same. After we have 3 concerto from Vivaldi, transcribed for soprano and for some recorder. The concert for mandolin, the concert for 4 violins, and the concert for 2 violins. And there is some soprano and tenor, or 4 alto, or 2 alto and bass. And there is the separated part in the book. Of course, they are put together, but you can have and make photocopy. And then 5 concert for wind instrument and orchestra by Marcello, Sammartini, Vivaldi, 5 Italian concerts transcribed for soprano and tenor recorder. I like a lot this transcription. This is the door of Palazzo Ducale in Venice, a photo that I did in the night. And then the title is a little strange, Virtuoso Pieces for 2 recorder. There are difficult pieces, not really virtuoso. And the music are from Bach and Vivaldi and transcribed for 2 instruments. And then, and this is the same, Virtuoso Pieces. This is one of the first book that I published. One of the music is a transcription, the transcription of Toccata Fuga in D minor. And 2 other pieces are mine, 15 variation on a theme by Paganini and Sonnerie de Saint-Geneviève de Paris. And this is the same, Virtuoso Pieces for Alto Recorder Volume 2. There is some pieces from Bach, there is Les Barricades Mystérieuses from Couperin, and then there is some pieces brought by me. Here we have 50 famous pieces. This is famous pieces from different period, from the Mittelalter, Middle Age, to the 20th century, 19th century. And I like this anthology. There is for alto, for soprano, for bass recorder. This is probably the first book that I published, 50 Christmas Carol. This is a transcription of pieces that exist in different country, in different period. Of these carol, I published also a version at 2 voices, here for piano, but also for soprano and tenor, or for soprano and alto, or for piano, and now I'm making for recorder and guitar. This is romantic music for a recorder, is transcription of music by Rossini, Beethoven, Chopin, Schubert, Schumann, Bizet, Brahms, Wagner, Ponchielli. There is also the prelude of Tristano e Isolde for recorder quartet. Now I will publish the 2nd volume of this romantic music. Also this, I think, is very important for you. I suggest you to study and to play Chopin, especially Chopin, for better learning recorder. And then 2 transcription of my friend that's unfortunately is dead some week ago, Edward Smith, music, original music for 2 harpsichord, and Italian cantata for soprano voice and continuo, some selected Italia cantata. Okay, I hope it has been useful, this presentation. All these books are on Lulu, and all this book has been presented in my YouTube channel. Bye bye.